this episode of the Reckless Wrench Garage, we're going to review the Pro Eagle Big Wheel Jack.
That's the crack in the road. We're about to hit the manhole cover.
So a couple months ago we picked up the Pro Eagle 4x4 off-road jack, known as the Big Wheel. We've finally been able to put it through enough use to really be able to do a review on it and show you guys what we think and kind of figure out for yourself whether you actually want one or not. First two things you're going to notice. The wheel size. It's ridiculous. I mean, you can run over anything. Zip ties, rocks, extension cords, small children, nothing stands in its way. Next best thing, this special pad they have on here with their patent pending design that accepts the extension that mounts to the back of it. Convenience to the extension, if you have a lifted vehicle, which if you're getting a jack like this, I imagine you have a lifted vehicle, something with a good bit of ground clearance. You don't have to worry about having an extremely long jack to be able to jack it up. You know, most jacks, they have to have a long arm on there to be able to get a good height. In this case, you don't. You still have a compact jack, and then you have your extension that mounts right on top of it. If that's not tall enough, you make it taller. And in the event the 8-inch extension isn't tall enough, you can order the 15-inch extension. Alright, some other things to note about this. One thing that actually proved pretty useful, I didn't expect it to be that good. During some testing, we decided to try to lift up a diesel pickup in the dirt. And little bit softer than we expected, so the tires did sink into the ground. And you're thinking, okay, I got an off-road jack and I can't even lift something up in the dirt. What the hefe, yo? But this thing comes complete with a full skid plate on the bottom of it. Why does that matter? Once the tires start sinking into the dirt, stops on the skid plate. You take a normal floor jack into the dirt and you try to jack something up, all it's going to do is keep sinking until one of the larger components stop it. So that skid plate, fantastic design. See, mine is actually dented. It served us well. Overall, it's a fantastic jack. I don't have very many complaints. That being said, there are two things that I've come to dislike a little bit about this jack. For one, the pad that came on mine when I got it, it's what seems to be a cast aluminum, and it's much softer than I anticipated. I talked to Pro Eagle. As it turns out, you're supposed to use the rubber pad inside here anytime you're not using the extension. I either overlooked that or just wasn't aware. So the first time I jacked up the front of the Suburban, I bent one of these little lips, and it made it almost impossible to put the extension back on and lock it in place. Conveniently, Pro Eagle does sell a replacement pad. They give you everything you need. Greatest part, this seems to be cast steel. It is most certainly a little bit heavier. It's magnetic, which means I get a weld on it. Only other downside to this, it rolls extremely well. When you first get it, if you don't really think about that, like obviously it's got some big wheels, not much is gonna stop it, but you would think it would kind of just stay there when you put it there. No. Every once in a while we got to take that extra 5 or 10 seconds to put it in a position where it's not gonna roll away from us. But overall, my favorite thing about this is it's a floor jack that I get to take out onto the trail. I'm not a big fan of high lift jacks. They've always scared me. You know, call me what you will, but where it's at. To replace the pad, it's pretty simple overall. You only need 2 or 3 tools. There's 2 ways that I've found to do it so far. The way that I'm going to show you, to me, is the easiest. You take a look at it and see what works for you. But get yourself snap ring pliers on your 2 support arms here. You got a snap ring on each side. Pick a side and take it off. Good. Oops. Once that's out of the way, you have kind of free movement of this. Now all you have is 2 cotter pins and this pin. Slide that out, take it off, replace it, like such. Now when you order a new one, it does come with the new center. It's up to you if you want to use it. I'm going to go ahead and keep mine for an extra just in case this thing happens to get damaged or Chris loses it. And the rest, you just install in reverse order as usual. Well, there you go. The install is that simple. Putting the pad on, nice and easy. Now, remember, if you're not going to use the extension, take your little rubber insert, throw that in there. Me, on the other hand, I'm pretty excited. I finally get to use my extension without it falling off. So, I think I'm going to put it on here. Set that bad boy off to the side. Get to work. Remember, if you like the video, hit the like button. Leave a comment. If you have any questions, concerns, bitches, grabs, moans. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, now's the time to do so. Hit the bell for notifications. And as always, stay reckless!